Good morning, Fellowship kids. It's me, Mr. Levi. It is so good to see you guys on this wonderful Sunday. We're going to do some worship together. We're going to do 2 songs. The first song we're going to do is called Reckless Love. We haven't done this one. Maybe it's been a little bit since we've done it. It's a great song. I love the song. No hand motions to this one, but we do have hand motions for the next one, so don't you worry. So, we're going to sing our praises to the Lord this morning. Here we go. I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so good to me. Before I took the breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, finds till I'm found, leaves a 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. So good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me now, finds till I'm found, leaves a 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. No mountain you won't climb up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's one wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, great singing, you guys. Man, I love singing that song. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. No wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. I think my favorite, like, you sing worship songs and different parts jump out at you depending on what you're singing. I think the verses, especially the first one, was really jumping out to me this time. Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You've been so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You've been so kind to me. Guys, I am so grateful that we serve a God that not only will chase us down and says, you are mine, you are my child, but he chooses us. He says, he adopts us. He brings us into the family. Like, that's what God does. He's not waiting and being like, oh man, I hope. He is Lord of all. He chases us down. He chooses us. He adopts us as his children. We have an inheritance with our Heavenly Father, with the King of the universe. That's amazing. He adores us. He adores us so much that he died for us. Jesus died for us so that we could be in perfect relationship with the Father. That's amazing. What a great song. All right, the next song we're going to do is called Mercy is Falling. This song is super fun because there's hand motions to it, and because it's just a fun song in general. But mercy is falling, is falling, is falling. We got the twinkle fingers. Mercy is falling, is falling, is falling. Mercy is falling like a sweet spring rain. So the rain's just pouring on us. Mercy is falling all over me, over me, over me, over me. We'll do that a whole bunch of times, and then Ayo. So we got the A. You can't see it off camera because that's making the shape of an A and the shape of an O. Ayo, I receive your mercy. Ayo, I receive your grace. Ayo, I will dance forevermore. And then we say we dance forevermore. We're gonna dance our favorite dance moves. We're just gonna dance. Y'all think you can do that? I know you can. Y'all rock. All right, we're gonna sing our praise to the Lord. I'm gonna try to do some hand motions with you. So here we go. Mercy is falling, is falling, is falling. Mercy is falling like a sweet spring rain. Mercy is falling all over me, over me, over me. Mercy is falling, is falling, is falling. Mercy is falling like a sweet spring rain. Mercy is falling all over me, over me, over me. Ayo, I receive your mercy. Ayo, I receive your grace. Ayo, I will dance forevermore. Let's see those dance moves, you guys. It's kind of hard for Mr. Levi to dance, but I'm going to dance. Mercy is falling, is falling, is falling. Mercy is falling like a sweet spring rain. Mercy is falling all over me, over me, over me. Mercy is falling, is falling, is falling. Mercy is falling like a sweet spring rain. Mercy is falling all over me, over me, over me. Ayo, I receive your mercy. Ayo, I receive your grace. Ayo, I will dance forevermore. Ayo, I receive your mercy. Ayo, I receive your grace. Ayo, I will dance forevermore. I will dance forevermore. I will dance forevermore. Let's see those dance moves again, you guys. Ayo, I receive your mercy. Ayo, I receive your grace. Ayo, I will dance forevermore. I will dance forevermore. I will dance forevermore. Good singing, you guys. Mercy is falling like a sweet spring rain. I receive your mercy. I receive your grace. I will dance forevermore. Guys, that's amazing. That's the reality. We get to receive, God's children get to receive God's mercy over and over. We are just lavished in God's mercy, lavished in God's grace. It just rains on us like rain that just pours on us, and we get to dance in that rain forever. Mercy, we've talked about this. Mercy is when you get a second chance, even when you don't deserve it. And grace is when you have favor, even though you don't deserve it. Undeserved favor, that's what grace is. So, God gives us second chances in his love, even though we haven't deserved it. We haven't earned that place with God. But he loves us so much. Jesus earned us that place. We can't earn it ourselves. Jesus died on the cross for us. He took our place so we can have a relationship with God again. That's amazing. Guys, thank you so much for worshiping with me. I love getting to spend time with you. But now it's time for our Bible lesson. So open your eyes, open your ears, close your mouth, and we're going to listen to our Bible story, and it is a doozy. So let's listen.
When Ahab became the king of Israel, he was the most evil king of all. Ahab led the Israelites away from God. They worshipped Baal, a false god, instead. King Ahab's evil ways made God angry, so God sent a prophet named Elijah to speak to Ahab. Elijah said, "God will send a drought. No rain will fall in Israel for 3 years unless I say so." That is exactly what happened. God caused a drought. No rain fell in the land of Israel. Without rain, the lakes and rivers dried up. People could not grow crops in the fields for food, so in addition to the drought, there was a famine. After 3 years, God was ready to send rain. Elijah went back to King Ahab. He told the king, "Meet me at Mount Carmel. Bring the people of Israel and the prophets who worship false gods." King Ahab and the people met Elijah at the mountain. Elijah said, "Make up your minds. If you believe the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him." Elijah set up a challenge to show who was the one true God. The prophets of the false god Baal set up an altar first and put a bull on it. Elijah said, "Call to Baal and ask him to send fire to your altar. I will call on the Lord. The God who answers by sending fire is the one true God." The prophets of Baal worshipped their false god. "Answer us," they said, but no one answered. The people danced and cried out for hours to show that they loved Baal. "Shout loudly," Elisha taunted them. "Maybe he is sleeping." Still, no answer. Then Elijah set up an altar, dug a trench around it, and put a bull on it. Elijah told the people to pour water on the altar so that everything was wet. Then Elijah prayed, "Lord, answer me so that these people will know that you are God." Suddenly, God sent fire from the sky. It burned up the bull, the wood, the stones, and the dust. It dried up the water in the trench. When the people saw this, they fell face down and said, "The Lord, He is God. The Lord, He is God." Soon the sky grew dark with clouds, and God sent rain. The one true God is not like the false gods. We do not have to work hard to show God we love Him. Instead, He showed His love for us by sending His Son, Jesus. Jesus died to rescue us from sin, and He hears us when we cry out to Him.
Man, guys, the stories with the prophet Elijah are crazy. They are so awesome. And of all the stories that talk about Elijah and what he did as he served the Lord, one of the craziest ones and one of my favorite ones is one of the ones we talked about today. You have all of these prophets to this false god, this god that's not real, named Baal. And then you have Elijah who serves the Lord. And Elijah says, "Okay, you are worshiping this God that's false, and I'm worshiping the one true God. Why don't we both build an altar, and you praise and call out to your God, and see if he consumes the altar that you've built with fire, calls fire down from heaven, and I'll do the same after you, and we'll see whose God is more powerful." And so all the prophets of Baal, they're screaming and jumping and singing and shouting. And Elijah is standing over there all sassy. He's like, well, why don't you sing louder? Maybe he can't hear you. And he's just poking fun at him and really getting at him. And they're shouting and yelling all day. And fire doesn't come from heaven because the prophets of Baal couldn't do it. And so Elijah builds his altar. They put an animal on the altar. And then he pours water all over the altar. And what's amazing about that, you guys, is at the time, the people of Israel were in the middle of a drought. A drought is when water is really hard to find. So Elijah is taking water, which was so valuable at that time, and he is sacrificing water on the altar as well. He is saying, God, you are bigger and greater and more powerful, and you're all I need. I need you more than the most valuable resources that we have. And God sends fire from heaven and consumes the altar and everything on it. And people go crazy. Guys, what's so amazing is the same God who sends fire from heaven and consumes the altar and defeats his enemies is the same God who came and took on flesh and died for our sins. Jesus, the Son of God. He came, he died, he rose again so that we could be in a perfect relationship with God again. When sin entered the world, we did this, and when Jesus came into the world, he fixed it. He fixed the relationship between God and his children. Isn't that amazing? Guys, thank you all so much for worshiping with me. If you guys want to read more about Elijah, he did a bunch of awesome stuff. He's awesome story. 1st and 2nd Kings, this story that we talked about is in 1st Kings, but 2nd Kings has stuff about Elijah as well. Go check it out. It's amazing. But thank you guys so much for listening to the Bible story, for worshiping with me. I love you all a whole bunch, and I will see you guys very soon. Love you all.